Stone is directed by Tom Harper, stars Gal Gadot, Jamie Dornan, Alia Bhatt, Matthias Schweighöfer, hope I'm pronouncing that right, Sophie Okun, and Nedado, sorry, and Archie Maddox, sorry, a terrible reader, and tells the story of Rachel Stone is an intelligence operative, the only woman who stands between her powerful global peacekeeping organization and the loss of its most valuable and dangerous asset. Hello, you weird, beautiful movie lovers. My name is Louie, aka Movie Fandom, and today we're talking about Heart of Stone, the new Netflix action movie that just came out today. So I didn't really know what this movie was about. I had it on my reminders, cause it's a 2023 new release. And also it starred Gal Gadot, who I do like as an actor. I mean, obviously, there's Wonder Woman, even the Fast and the Furious franchise she's in, and I don't like the movie, but if you will, Death on the Nile, and another movie I don't like, but Ralph Breaks the Internet, who she was really good in. I will say I like her as an actor there. And there are some more, but there's not a lot to mention, for it that, would be, know what I mean. But yeah, so I decided to watch it. It just came on Netflix today, like I said, and, shit, where do I even begin? First of all, this movie's pretty bad. Like, really, really bad. Yeah, so, before I tell you about this, I'm just gonna take a drink. Even though it was a couple of seconds, did you find that boring? Because if you did, just imagine that going on for 2 hours. Just 2 hours straight. That's kind of like this movie. This movie is one of the most boring, forgettable, and just straight up bland and predictable movies off the year. It's not the worst movie off the year, but it is by far one of the worst. This is in my bottom 10 of the year so far, because this movie is absolutely terrible. Terrible. Like I said. First off, I just want to get the obvious out of the way. The CGI in this movie is some of the worst I have seen all year. It's not the worst, obviously, the Flash is, with no redeeming quality. The only redeeming quality I have to the visuals off it, regarding cinematography, or CGI, or camera work, or anything like that, sorry for my burping, but, this CG is something I would expect out of The Asylum. It feels like something out of Sharknado. Sharknado. And look, I know it's a Netflix movie, but look at other Netflix movies. Look at other action Netflix movies like Extraction, even its sequel, and there are many more like that. Even something that isn't a Netflix original, but is mostly being watched on Netflix, RRR, which, don't get me wrong, the CG in it is not the best. A lot of it is pretty bad. But at the same time, at least it has some sort of style to it. And it has some sort of fun with it. And it's over the top, but it understands that. And it just has fun with itself. This movie is, oh my god, like, genuinely. There is a scene on a blimp with Gal Gadot's character. Her character is called Rachel Stone, as the title, Heart of Stone, let's say, And she jumps off a blimp to get to a helicopter. It makes sense if you've seen it, or if you are planning to see it. And the blimp explodes, and the explosion... Look, I don't expect something like... I don't expect a Oppenheimer explosion here, but at least an explosion that is sort of well done. It's really bad, like... Oh my god. And not to mention, that's not even it, like, there's a scene where, I think, is it? Yeah, Alia Bhatt's character, who is also in RRR. I just looked at that. Her character is falling down. So imagine something like this, but with just falling down. Like, if you're lying on a bed. It literally looked like she was being holded up and was just surrounded by green screens everywhere. It is so obvious. Can tell it's green screen. Not mentioned in the beginning of the movie. Oh my god, I'm not... Okay, fine. CG's bad. What about the acting? It's really bad. Gal Gadot is the best one there, but even then her performance is really weak for this. But even at that, she's at least sort of trying, because everyone else just feels like their lines are forced. Even Alia Bhatt's character, and Jamie Dornan, who, Christian Grey, by the way, yeah, our favorite psychopath, I'm not gonna spoil it, because, like, it's surprisingly not in the first 20 minutes. It takes, like, 49 minutes to get to it, Christ. His performance, it's mediocre at best and laughable at worst. He's not the worst performance in this movie, don't get me wrong, but as what he's supposed to be, it's really bad. And not mention there's two other characters who are set up, but then are just... something happens to them, and I'm just wondering, why would you even have them in there? Because, like, fine. Okay, maybe like Mission Impossible, but no. They do nothing with them. Like, this movie feels like it's trying to be James Bond and Mission Impossible. In fact, the movie even has a title sequence that is basically like Bond, like a James Bond intro, and it plays like a Mission Impossible intro for some reason. The animation in that is literally like AI. Who knows? Maybe they did, but oh my god, it's just so bad. It is just so bad. Like, I don't even... Christ. Many of the camera work in here, like, there are some pretty cool shots. There are some really nice drone shots that also add on to some great scenery. Some shots, though, is literally like they shot it on a GoPro. Maybe they did. And not a good GoPro at that. Yeah, positives, like I said, there's some stuff that are pretty, I guess. Like, there are some nice drone shots. That's about it. Overall, Heart of Stone, I have barely anything to say about it. Do not watch this movie. It is an absolute waste of time. But, like, watch something else, even on Netflix. There are better Netflix originals, that are out there. Also, a movie called Bank of Dave that came out earlier this year that I watched last night, and I would highly recommend watching that, because that was really underrated. Overall, I give Heart of Stone a D-. Yeah. Okay, so that's my review for Heart of Stone. My review for Gran Turismo will come tomorrow morning. And then my review for Haunted Mansion will come later that day. Yeah. Sorry about that. I accidentally clicked off. But, yeah, that's it right now. Yeah. Stay awesome.